Will you open your eyes? Benny, little one.
Uncle, Susanna Walcott is here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, the doctor. Let her come, let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his books.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir, he has been searching his books since he left you, sir. But he bid me tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause.
No, there be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thoughts of unnatural causes. There be none.
Aye, sir, he bid me tell you. Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about. The parlor's packed with people, sir. You'd best go down and deny it yourself. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? That my daughter and niece had discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. Let you tell them I confessed it. But they're speaking of witchcraft and Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you've not opened with me. Now tell me what you've done with her in the forest.
Uncle, we danced. And when you leapt out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened and she fainted. And there is the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I love Betty. I would never hurt her. I love
Now
her.
look, you
dearly.
child, I have no desire to punish you. That will come in its time. If you traffic with spirits in the forest, I must know it, for surely my enemies will know it, and they'll ruin me with it.
We never conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Do you understand I have many enemies, Abigail?
I think so, sir.
There's a faction that has sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
I know it, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, my very household is discovered to be the center of some obscene practices. Abominations are done in the forest.
They were only sport.
Then why were Tituba waving her arms over the fire when I came on you? And I heard a screaming and gibberish coming
She
from her
sings
mouth?
her Barbados songs, and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
Aye, a dress, and I thought I saw someone naked running through the
No
trees.
one was naked, Uncle. You are mistaken.
I saw it. Now tell me true, Abigail. Now my ministry's at stake. My ministry, and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you've done there, give me all of it now, for I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There's nothing more. I swear it.
I fought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me, and now, just now, when there must be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I've given you a home, child. I've put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in the town is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I'm sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Then is there any other reason than you've given me for getting proctor discharging you? It has troubled me that you are now 7 months out of their house, and in all this time, no other family has ever called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not black my face for any of them.
No, you cannot have anyone. My goody Putnam, come in.
It isn't Mark. Surely he stroked hell upon you.
No, goody Putnam.
How high did she fly? How high?
Oh, look, you goody Putnam, she never flew.
Why, it's sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird, he says.
No, goody Putnam, she never flew over Ingersoll's barn. Good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It's a providence the thing is out now. It's a providence.
What's out, sir? What is out there?
Her eyes is closed. Look you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick.
I would call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. It's death right into them, fort and hooved.
No, pray not. Why, how does your child?
She ails as she must. She never wakes this morning, but her eyes open, and she walks, and hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you've sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly.
A precaution only. He's much experience in demonic art, so I thought to
He
send
has
for him.
indeed. And found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
Now, goody Anne, they only thought that for a witch, and I'm certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft. Now look you, Mr.
Thomas,
Harris.
I pray you, leap not to witchcraft. I know you least of all would wish such a disastrous charge laid upon me. They will howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Now look you, Mr. Paris. I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue. but I cannot if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot
Anne,
look to witchcraft.
tell Mr. Paris what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies born, and yet each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. And now, this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year, and withers like a sucking mouth will pull on her life too. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? What made Tituba
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Anne, it is a formidable sin to conjure up
Take it
the
on
dead.
my soul. But who else may surely tell us what person murdered my babies?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris, and mark this proof, mark it. Last night my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir. For how else is she stuck dumb now, except some power of darkness would stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch upon us bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot be Lord.
Then you were conjuring up spirits last night.
Not I, sir, not I. Tituba Ruth.
Oh, now I'm undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Take charge. Declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house, Thomas, in my house. They will ruin me with this. They'll make of it a...
I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who is with Ruth?
Her grandma, she's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze.
Ah, there is a sign of life.
I fear no more, good Putnam. But we're grandsons, and other likely will ship bullets together, I'm sure.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I would like to pray while alone.
Uncle, you've prayed since midnight. Why do you not
No.
go down?
No. We'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil in the village who bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, mister. Surely you will pray with them.
I have no stomach for disputation this morning. I will lead them in a song. But let you look not to witchcraft. The cause is yet unknown. I will not discuss it. I've had enough contention since I came. I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth, to hear?
Hi, Mom.
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
Yes, Uncle.
There's a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick?
It's weirdish, I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Betty? No, Betty, dear, you sit up now, Betty. You stop this.
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and it woke her for a second. Here, let me have her.
No, he'll be coming up soon. Now, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told him as much already.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus. What do we do? The whole village is out. What do we do? I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby. They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She means to tell. I know it.
Abby, we've got to tell. Witchery is a hanging error. A hanging like they done in Boston 2 years ago. We must tell the truth, Abby. You'll only be whipped for dancing and the other things. Oh, we'll be whipped. I never done none of it. I only looked.
Oh, and you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren?
Betty! Betty! It's Abigail! I'll beat you, Betty! My, you see him improving. I talked to your papa and I told him everything, so there's nothing to
my
fear now.
mama.
What ails you, Betty? Your mama's dead and buried.
I'll fly to Mama. Let me fly.
No, I told him everything. He knows
You
now.
drink blood, Abby. You drink blood.
You will never speak of it. You will never.
You did. You took a time to kill John Proctor's wife. You took a time to kill Goody Proctor.
Shut it now. Shut it.
Oh, Mama, Mama.
Now look you, all of you, we danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters, and that is all. And mark this, that either of you breathe a word or the edge of a word about the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring with me a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know that I can do it because I saw my dear parents' head smashed in on the pillow next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night. And I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now, Betty, you sit up now and stop this!
What's got her, Abby? She's going to
I
die.
say shut it, Mary Warren!
I was just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf?
I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your arse one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting with the work.
I'd best be off. I have my move to do. Morning, Mr. Proctor. She's gone silly somehow. But she'll come out of it.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
Sean, surely you're not believing she flies.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town was mumbling witchcraft.
What? We were just dancing in the woods. That's all. She was frightened.
Dancing by moonlight. You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No. No, Abby, I've not come for that.
You've come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly. I know you better.
I've come to see what mischief your uncle is brewing up now. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I'm waiting for you every night.
Abby, you'll put it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you more.
Surely you're sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutch my back behind your house and sweat like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me then, and you love me now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing? You say wild things. I have seen you since she put me out. I've seen you nights.
I have hardly stepped off my farm this 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John. And yours has drawn me to my window. Do you tell me that you don't look up at my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I wake and I walk about the house as though I see you coming through some door.
Child!
How do you call me child?
Abby, I may think of you soft from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I reach for you again. Put it out of mind. We never touched.
But we
We did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man could let such a sickly wife
You
bend
speak
him.
nothing of Elizabeth.
She is blackening my name in the village. She is telling lies about me. She is a cold, sniveling woman, and you bend to her. Let her.
Do you look for whipping?
I look for the John Proctor who put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes? I will not. I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. Pity me, John. Pity me. Betty! Betty!
What's wrong with her?
Betty!
Abigail, what's wrong with her?
Betty!
What are you doing, Betty?
She heard you singing and now she's screaming.
She cannot bear the Lord's name.
God forbid.
Margaret, for a sign, Margaret.
That's a notorious sign of witchcraft at work, a prodigious sign.
My mother told me that. But they cannot bear
Rebecca,
the name.
Rebecca, come to her. We're lost. She suddenly cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There's hard to hear God's voice, so please keep quiet. I've not said a word. No one here can testify I've said a word. Is she going to fly again? I hear she flies.
Dad, be quiet now.
What have you done?
Pray, be calm, for I have 11 children, and I'm 26 times a grandma. And I've seen them all through their silly seasons, and when it come on, they'll run the devil bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief. I put you awake when she tires of it, for a child's spirit is like a child. You cannot catch it by running after it. You must wait, for love will soon come back.
Aye, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered, Rebecca. She cannot eat.
Perhaps she is not hungry yet. Mr. Parrish, I hope you are not decided to go in search of loose spirits I heard promised
There is
that
a wide
outside.
opinion in the church that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them if they are wrong.
Then let you come out and prove them wrong. Are you our minister or Mr. Hale? Did you consult the wardens of the church before calling upon this man to look for devils?
He's not coming to look for devils.
Then what's he coming for?
There be children dying in the village, mister.
I've seen undying.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think you ought to send Mr. Hale back as soon as he comes. This will set us all into arguing against society. And we've got to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on Dr. Griggs for now.
Rebecca,
and
the
good
doctor is
friends.
baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it, I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves.
How may we
and-
blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed have peopled this province, and yet now I have but one child left of 8, and now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
You think in God's work you should never lose a child nor grandchild either. And I bury all but one.
When Reverend Hale comes, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mr. Paris. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
I've never seen you worried so much society, Mr. Proctor. I don't believe I've seen you at Sabbath meetings since snow flew.
I have trouble enough with that I come 5 miles to hear him preach only bloody hellfire and damnation. There are many others who stay away from church these days because he hardly ever mentioned God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
It's somewhat true. There are many that quail to bring their children.
I do not preach for the children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward this ministry. Where is my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all my firewood. I'm waiting since November for a sick, and even in November, I have to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed £6 a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
I'm paid hardly enough without I spend £6 on firewood. The salary is £66. Mr. Proctor, I'm not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I'm a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in mathematics.
You will look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year, Mr. Coy. I'm not used to this poverty. I cannot fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer one proposition, but there be a howling riot of arguments. I've often wondered if the devil be in it somewhere. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Paris, you are the first minister did ever demand the deed to this house.
I'm your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put out like the cat whenever some majority feels the whim. You people seem not to comprehend that a minister is the Lord's man in the parish. A minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted.
Aye.
There will be obedience, or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you speak 1 minute without we land in hell again? I am sick of hell.
It's not for you to decide what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we, Quakers? We're not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may tell that to your followers.
My followers.
There's a party in this church. I'm not blind. There's a faction and a party.
Against you.
Against him in all authority.
Why then I must find it and join
He
it.
does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have a crop to sow, a number to drag home. What say you, Giles? Let's find that party. He says there is a party.
I've changed my opinion of this man. Mr. Paris, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, God.
It suggests to mind what trouble be among us all these years. Think on it. Wherefore is everyone suing everybody else? Been in court 6 times this year.
Is it the devil's fault a man cannot say you a good morning without you back him for defamation? You're old, Giles. You're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I've only last month collected £4 damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof off of your house, and I will not—
I never said no such thing, but I paid you for it. So I hope I can call you deaf without charge. Come along, Giles. Help me drag my lumber home.
I'll be damned first.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is that you're dragging home, if I may ask you?
My lumber, from out my forest, by the riverside.
Why, we have surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? The tract is in my bounds. It's in my bounds, Mr. Proctor.
Your bounds? I bought that tract from Gertie Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will that all land between the river
Your grandfather had a habit of willing away land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plain.
That's God's truth. He nearly willed away my north pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers before he set his name to it. Come on, John. Let's drag your lumber home. Feel sudden will the work coming on.
You load one oak of mine and you will fight to drag it home.
Aye. Well, when Sue Putnam, this fool and I.
Come on, I'll have my men on you, Corey. I'll clap grit on you.
Pray you, someone take these.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Hale. It's good to see you again. Why, they're heavy.
They must be. They're weighted with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy. You cannot be a Rebecca nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It is strange how I knew you, but you look as such a good soul should. We've heard all about your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman, Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne?
Putnam! Why, I had not expected to be in such distinguished company, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to you to come to our house and save our child.
Your child ails too?
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do you men also have afflicted children?
No. These are farmers. John
Oh,
Crawford.
you don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches, one way or another. You come, guys.
No, John, I think not. I have some few queer questions of my own ask, Philip.
I've heard you be a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I hope you leave some of it in Salem.
Whether you look at my daughter, sir, we discovered her this morning on the high road, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, Mr. Hale. That's a sure sign of witchcraft afloat.
No. Now let me instruct you. We cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are as definite as stone, and we must only look for his proper signs and judge nothing beforehand. And I must tell you all that I shall not proceed unless you are prepared to believe me if I should find no trace of hell in this.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed.
Good then. Now, Mr. Paris, when was your first warning of this strangeness?
Why, I discovered her and my niece Abigail and 10 or 12 of the other girls dancing in the forest last night.
You permit dancing?
No, it were secret.
Mr. Paris Slave has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
We cannot be served that, Goody Ann.
I know it, sir. I sent my child. She should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you sent a child to conjure the dead?
Let God blame me, not you. Not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it a natural work to lose 7 children before they live a day?
7 dead in childbirth?
Aye.
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is all the invisible world, cut, defined, and calculated. In these books the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. In these books lies your familiar spirits, your incubi and succubi, your wizards that go by land, by air, and by sea, your witches of the night and of the day. But have no fear now. You shall find him out if he has come among us, and I mean to crush him utterly if he has shown his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If she truly is in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I'm too old for this.
Rebecca, we may as well open the boil of all our troubles today.
Let's hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale. Let's get on. What you hear?
Miss Hale, I've always wanted to ask a learned man. What signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
So I cannot tell, she hides them.
Who does this?
Oh, Martha, my wife. I've waked many times at night to find her in a corner reading a book. Now, what do you make of that?
That's not necessarily
Well,
anything
sir, it
strange.
discomfits me. Last night, mark this. I tried and could not say my prayers. But then she suddenly closed her book, walked out of the house, and suddenly mocked this. I could pray again.
Ah, the stoppage of prayer. That is strange. I'd like to speak
Well,
further.
sir, I'm not saying she touched the devil now, but I'd like to know what books she reads and why she hides them. She don't answer me, you see.
Aye, we'll discuss it. Now mark me. If the devil is in her, you will witness some frightful wonders in this room, so please, to keep your wits about you. Mr. Putnam, stand close in case she flies. Now, Betty dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me? I am John Hale, minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, dear. Do you remember my 2 little girls in Beverly?
How could it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike?
What victory would the devil have to win a soul already had? It is the best the devil wants, and who is better than the minister?
Aye, that's deep, Mr. Ferris. Deep.
Does someone afflict you, child? It need not be a woman, mind you, nor a man. Perhaps some bird invisible to others comes to you. Perhaps a pig or any beast at all. Is there some figure bids you fly? In nomine Domini Sabaoth, sui felice ite ad infernos. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all.
I think I ought to say that I saw a kettle in the grass where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
Soup? What sort of soup were in this kettle, Abigail?
It were beans and lentils and...
Mr. Paris, you didn't notice, did you, anything alive in this kettle? A spider, perhaps, or a mouse, or a frog?
That frog jumped in. We never put it in.
A frog, Abby.
We never put it in.
Abigail, it may well be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
I never did. Tituba did.
She called the devil?
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Gideon, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Well, did you notice any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps, or a trembling below the ground?
I didn't see no devil. Betty! Betty, you wake up now, you
Cannot
stop
evade
this.
me, Abigail. Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle last night?
She never did.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
No, I am a good girl. I did drink from the kettle. She made me do it. She made Betty do it.
Abby!
She makes me drink blood.
Blood?
My baby's blood? No, no, chicken blood. I gave you chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir, I don't talk with the devil.
Why can she not wake? Are you silencing this child?
No, I love me, Betty.
Surely you have sent your spirit out upon this child. Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She comes to me in church. She make me laugh during prayer.
She often laughed during prayer.
She comes to me at night and makes me drink blood.
You beg me conjure, Abby. She begged me make charm to kill me.
No, she makes me dream corruptions.
Abby,
And I'll tell you something. I often wake and I find myself standing in an open doorway with not a stitch on my body. I hear her laughing in my sleep, tempting me with her
Tituba,
songs.
I want you to wake this
I
child.
have no power over this child.
You most certainly do, and you will lose it from it now. When did you come back to the devil?
I don't come back with no devil.
You will confess yourself, or I will take you out and whip you to your death, Tituba.
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken and hanged.
Don't hate Tituba. I tell him I don't desire to work for him, sir.
Who, the devil? Now, Tituba, I know when we bind ourselves to hell, it is very hard to break with it entirely. Now, we're going to help you tear yourself free. Be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
Yes, sir. A good Christian woman.
And you love these little children.
I do, sir. I don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God, Tituba.
I love God with all my being.
Now, in God's holy name,
Bless him. Bless him.
and to his glory,
Eternal glory. Bless him.
open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord.
When the devil comes to you, does he ever come with another person? Perhaps someone else in the village, someone you know?
Who came with him?
Sarah Good. Did you ever see Sarah Good with him? Or Osborne?
Was it man or woman?
It was woman.
A woman, you said, what woman?
It was black dark. I could not
You could see him, why could you not see her?
He's always talking and running around and carrying
Out
on.
of Salem witches?
I believe so.
Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us who they are. Do you understand? The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
I do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that speaks a wish to come to heaven's side, and we will bless you for your help, Tituba.
Oh, God bless you, Mr. Bless you.
You are God's instrument put in our hands to help discover the devil's agents among us. You are selected, Tituba. You were chosen to help us cleanse our village, so speak utterly, Tituba. Turn your back on him and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
Oh, God, protect Tituba.
Who came to you with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
4. There was 4.
Who? Their names? Their names!
Oh, how many times he bid me kill you, Mr. Paris?
Kill me?
He say that men must be killed. Mr. Paris, mean men. No goodly men, Mr. Paris. No gentlemen. But I tell him, I don't hate that man. I don't desire to kill that man. But he say you work for me, Tituba. I give you pretty dress to wear, and I put you way high in the sky, and you go fly back to Barbados, and I say you lie, devil, you lie. And then he come to me one stormy night, and he say, look, I have white people work for me, and I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good?
I, sir, and Goody Osborne.
I knew it! Goody My babies almost shriveled in her
Take
hands.
courage, you must give us all their names. How can you bear to see these children suffering? Look at them, Tituba! Look at their God-given innocence. Their souls are so tender, we must protect them, Tituba. The devil is out and preying on them like the beast upon the flesh of the pure lamb. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I dance for the devil. I wrote in his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Lee Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil.
I saw George Jacobs with the devil.
She speaks.
Glory
saw
to
Goody
God,
Hall
it is
with the
broken, they're free.
I saw Martha Bellows with the devil.
I saw
Let the marshal bring irons.
I saw Goody Pike with the devil.
Keeps you so late. It's almost dark.
We're planting far out, by the forest edge.
Oh. You're done then?
Aye, farm is seeded. Boys asleep.
They will be soon.
Rain out for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you out today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Oh, is it? In Jonathan's trap.
No. She come into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she come to visit.
Good sign walking in.
Pray God. It hurt my heart to strip her, the poor rabbit.
It is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender.
Aye. I think we'll see green fields soon. Warm as blood beneath the clods.
It's well.
If the crop is good, we'll buy George Jacobs' heifer. How would that please you?
Aye. But
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Cider?
Aye.
This farm is a continent. When you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
Must be.
On Sunday, let you come with me and we'll walk the farm together. I've never seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye. It is.
I think you're sad again. Are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I thought of it better since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
You couldn't stop her.
It's a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress of the house here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all of my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten?
It is no mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye.
It is a proper court they have now. They sent 5 judges out of Boston, she says. Lady magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
She's mad.
I would to God she were. There be 14 people in the jail now, she says. And they'll be tried. And the court of the power to hang them too, she says.
They'd never hang.
The deputy governor promises hanging if they not confess, John. The town's gone mad, I think. Mary speaks of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. And Abigail brings the other girls into the court, and where they walk, the crowd parts like the sea for Israel. And if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, then the person's clapped in the jail for bewitching her.
Oh. It is black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Aye, it is. It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well, and tell him what Abby told you in her uncle's house last week. She said it not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. They must. It is a wonder they do believe her, though.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I'm only wondering how I may prove myself, Elizabeth. If the girl be a saint now, I think it not be easy to prove she's fraud and the town gone so silly. She told me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone? Aye.
Well then, it's not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion.
I have no suspicion.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go and hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look you!
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I say I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you judge your husband any more. I have forgotten Abigail,
and I...
Spare me! Forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe through this house all 7 months. I have not moved from there to there where I think please ye, and still an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted. Every moment judged for lies, as though I come into the court the moment I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You saw her with a crowd, you said. Now you
plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I'm only...
No more! I should have roared you down the moment you told me of your suspicion, but I wilted. And like a Christian, I confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day, but you're not. You're not. Let you remember it. Let you sometimes look for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate that sits in your heart, that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John, only somewhat bewildered.
Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How dare you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddering. I'm in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what are the proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do so? And my wife not wholly well?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in the chair and pass the time of sewing. Well, thank you. It's a fair pocket. We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor. Aye, indeed we must. I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true? There be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, John?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang. Hang, you say?
I.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her, he must. But not Sarah Good, for Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book with her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down, and we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabber she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor in open court near choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Mary, surely you don't.
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches, and so very old and poor, but when she sit there denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep. I feel a clamor on my neck, and I cannot breathe air. And then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice, and all at once I remembered everything she'd ever done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she come to this very door, begging bread and a cup of cider. And mark this, whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month, a Monday, I think, she walked away and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I think I do, but
And I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he asked her so. Goody good, says he. What curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And she replies, why, your excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Hawthorne say, recite for us your commandments. And of all 10, she couldn't say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned
They
her?
must when she condemned herself.
What? The proof? The proof?
I told you the proof. It's hard proof. Hard as a rock, the judges said.
You will not go to that court again, Mary Warren.
I must say, sir, I will be going every day now. I'm amazed you do not see the waiting work we do.
What work you do? It's a strange work for Christian girls to hang old women.
Mr. Proctor, they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail sometime, and here's a wonder for you, think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Griggs examine her, and she's full to the brim. Smoking a pipe all these years and no husband either. But she's safe, thank God, for they will not hurt the innocent child. But be that not a marvel, you must see, sir, it's God's work we do. So, I'll be gone every day now for some time. I am an official of the court, they say, and I'm...
All official you!
I'll not stand whipping anymore, Mr. Proctor. The devil is loose in Salem, we must...
I'll whip the devil out of you!
Let's take her life today!
I'm accused.
You somewhat mentioned. But I said I never seen no sign you ever sent your spirit out to hurt no one. Seeing as I do live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I'm bound by law, I cannot tell it. I hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more. 4 judges and the king's deputy sat down to dinner with us but an hour ago. I would have you speak civilly to me from this hour.
Go to bed.
I will not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then.
Good night.
The noose is up.
There'll be no news.
She wants me dead, John. I knew all week it would come to
They
this.
dismissed it. You heard her say
And
that.
what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John, and you know it.
Sit you down, I say. Now We must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Fear nothing. I'll find Ezekiel Cheever. I'll tell him she said it were all sport.
John, so many in the jail now, more than that is needed, I think. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There's a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. She may dote on it now and thinks to kill me and then take my place. I'm sure she does. There be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? I'm no goody good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife unless there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
You may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
What see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed, for I am there and she's so close.
When will you know me, woman? Were I a stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 month.
Then go, and tell her that she's a whore. Whatever promise she may sense, break it, John, break it.
Good then. I'll go.
How unwillingly.
I will curse her, hotter than the oldest cinder in hell. But begrudge me, not my anger.
Your anger, I only ask.
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare I gave that girl?
Why do you anger with me when I hurt you break it?
Because it speaks deceit and I am honest. But I'll plead no more. I see your soul wrapped around the single error of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I will be your only wife or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Mr. Hale, come in, come in.
Hope I do not startle you.
No, it's only that I heard no horse.
You are Goodwife Proctor.
Hi, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
Oh, no, let you come in, Mr. Hale. We are not used to visitors after dark, but we are welcome here. Will you sit down, sir?
I will. Let you sit, Goodwife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling yet tonight, but let you sit, sir. I will not keep you for long, but I do have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No, I come on my own without the court's authority. Now hear me. I know not if you are aware of this, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here in this village, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those who come accused before the court. So this afternoon, and yet tonight, I go from house to house, and I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such a one be charged, but she is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You do not think, I hope, that woman trafficked with the devil?
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think so.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathered in a monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir?
I have no knowledge in that line, but I think it's strange that so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of such a good prayer.
The devil is a wily one. Cannot deny that. But she is far from accused, and I know she will not. I thought, sir, to put some questions as to the Christian character upon this house, if you'll permit me.
Why, sir, we have no fear of questions.
Good then. Now, in the book of records that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely in church on Sabbath.
No, sir. You are mistaken.
Only 26 times the 17 month, I must call that rare. Will you tell me why you are so absent?
Mr. Hale, I never knew I must account to that man where I go to church or stay home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, mister, you could not go alone?
I certainly came when I could. When I could not, I prayed in this house.
Your house is not a church. Surely your theology must tell you that.
It does, sir. It does. And it also tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Ever since we built that church, they were pewter candlesticks. Francis Nurse made them, you know. A sweeter hand never touched the metal. But Paris came, and for 20 weeks, he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I labor the earth from dawn of day till blink of night, and I tell you true, sir, when I looked to heaven and seen my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I sometimes think the man dreams cathedrals, not clabbered meeting houses.
And yet, mister, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children?
Aye, boys.
How come it that only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Paris lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
Well, I must tell you, mister, that is not for you to decide. The man's ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No, I have no suspicion.
I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? That's a good sign.
Maybe I have been too quick to bring the man to book, but you cannot think we never wanted the destruction of religion. I think that's on your mind, is it not?
Well, I have. There's a softness in your record, sir. A softness.
I think maybe we have been too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so, but surely we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
Sure I do, sir.
Let you repeat them, if you will.
The commandments.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day, and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You said that one twice now, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the both of us, we do know them all. I think it'd be a small fault.
Well, theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house.
I pray it. I pray it dearly. Well, then I'll bid you good night.
Mr. Paris, do you think you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
I do not judge you, good wife Proctor. My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no proof for it, no witness, only my word be taken. But I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do with...
They were discovered sporting in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail.
Aye.
Abigail Williams said it had naught to do with
She
witchcraft?
told me the day you came, sir.
Why did you conceal this?
I never knew until tonight the world's gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense! Sir, I myself have examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not when they hang for denying it? There are them that would confess to anything before they hang. Have you not thought of that?
I may have. And you would testify to this in court?
I had not thought of going into court, but if I must, I will.
Ah, you falter there. I think you must
I
consider...
falter nothing, sir. I only wonder if my story could be credited in such a court. And a minister, as steady-minded as you, will suspicion a woman who has never lied. She cannot lie. The world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat, mister. I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me now, for I've heard a thing that troubles me. It is said that you hold no belief that there may be even witches in the world. Is that true, sir?
I know not what I have said. I might have said it. I have wondered if there be witches in the world.
So then you do not
I
believe
have no
them.
knowledge of it. The Bible speaks of witches. I'll not go denying them.
And you, woman,
Cannot believe it.
you cannot.
Elizabeth, you bewilder
I
Oh,
him.
cannot think the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she's kept an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, and I know it. And if you think that I may only do good work in the world and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But you must believe there are witches in the world.
If you think that I am one, then I say there are none.
Well, surely you do not fly against the gospel. The
She
gospel
believes
tells
the
us
gospel,
that.
every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
You cannot think to mean she doubts the gospel, sir. This be a Christian house, a Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized, and go you without fail each Sunday in the Sabbath prayer, and keep a silent, solemn way about you. As
John!
for these things,
Giles, what's the matter?
They take my wife, Rebecca Nurse.
Rebecca's in jail?
John! Cheever, come and take her in his wagon. We've only Malcolm in the jail, and they'll not even listen to see them.
The town's surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
pray, calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey? There cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
Well, how were Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
For murder she's charged, for the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, if Rebecca be tainted, there's nothing left to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. The court will send her home, I know it.
It cannot mean she'll be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
Remember, man, until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said she reading books.
Exactly what complaint were made against your wife, Mr. Corey?
Well, that bloody mongrel Walcott charged her. You see, he buy a pig of my wife 4 or 5 years ago. The pig died soon after. So he come dancing in for his money back. So my Martha, she says to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live long to many, she says. Now he goes to court and says from that day to this, he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched her with her books.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Mr. Cheever, good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven must burn in hell. You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles, and I'd as lief you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law, all of its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
Say you a warrant for my wife? You said she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I am given 16 warrant tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Abigail Williams, on what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house. But I like not to search a house. So will you hand me any pockets your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I never kept no pockets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a pocket, little Proctor.
This is Mary's.
Would you please to give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in pockets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor none other until tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, pockets may signify... Now, woman, will you please...
She will not. Fetch Mary here, Elizabeth.
No, I'm forbid to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they say it may signify that she... Why, this...
What's that?
Why, it is a needle! Willard, it is a needle!
What signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard with her, Proctor, this... I had my doubts, Proctor, I had my doubts. But here's calamity. You see it, sir, it is a needle.
Why? What meaning has it?
The Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner in Reverend Parris's house tonight. And without word, no warning, she falls to the floor, like a struck beast, he says, and screamed a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And he goes to save her, and stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly he draw a needle out, and demanded of her how she come to be so sad. She testified where your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she done it herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr. Hale.
'Tis hard proof.
I find here a puppet that he Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir, and in the belly of that...
Here now! Mary! Mary! How did this puppet come into my house?
What puppet's that, sir?
This puppet. This puppet.
Why... I think it is mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
How did it come into my house?
Why, I made it in court, sir, and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle were found inside this pot.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck that needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
Child, you are sure this is your natural memory? May it be perhaps that someone conjures you even now to say this?
Conjures me. Why, no, I'm entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing in court. Or ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him be gone, mister. Your mind is surely settled now. Bid him out, mister.
What signifies a needle?
Mary Warren, you charge a cold and cruel murder against Abigail.
Murder? I charge no murder.
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle were found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me?
Aye.
Why, the girl is murdered. She must be ripped out of the world.
Ripped out of the world? Willard, you heard it.
Out with you.
Proctor, you dare not touch the warrant.
Out with you.
You broke the deputy governor's warrant.
Damn the deputy governor. Out of my house.
Proctor!
Get you gone with them. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, she's innocent.
If she's innocent, why do you ever wonder Paris innocent? Or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born yesterday as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you, it's walking Salem. It's vengeance. It's walking Salem. Aye, we are what we always were. But now the little children are jangling the keys to the kingdom. And common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. And I will not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not.
John, I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
You will see her taken.
Proctor, the court is just.
Pontius Pilate, God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, bread enough for the morning. We'll bake in the afternoon. Work for Mr. Proctor as though you were his own wife, own daughter. You owe me that, and much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft, it will frighten them.
I will bring you home, Elizabeth. I will bring you soon.
Bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing.
I'll fear nothing. Tell the children I've gone to visit someone sick.
Willard, don't you chain her down, you man officer! I'll not have it! I'll not have her chained!
Yet, silent minister, it is a fraud. And you know it's a fraud. What keeps you mad?
I'll pay you, Willard. I will surely pay you.
God's name, John. I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now let you keep inside this house till I am gone. Man, are you blind?
Mr. Proctor.
Out of my sight.
Charity, Proctor, charity. What I have heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. God help me, I cannot judge her guilty nor innocent, I know not. Only this consider. The world goes mad, and it profit nothing. You shall lay the cause to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward. Though you be ordained in God's tears, you are a coward now.
Proctor, I cannot think God be provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and hangings promised. Man, we must look to cause proportionate. Were there murders done perhaps never brought to light? Abomination? Some secret blasphemy that stinks to heaven? Think on cause, man, and let you help me to discover it, for there is your way. Believe it, there is your only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. Counsel among yourselves. Think upon your village and what may have drawn heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. I will pray God shall open our eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
Tell me, Ron, are we lost?
Go home now, Giles. Speak on it tomorrow.
We'll come early, eh?
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night then.
Mr. Proctor. Very likely to let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You're coming with me to the court, Mary Warren. You're going to tell all in the court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell that court how that puppet came into my house.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abby will charge lechery on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Then her saintliness is done with. We will crawl into our pit together, and you will tell the court what you know.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
My wife will never die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do it. I cannot.
Make your peace with it now. Hell and heaven grapple at our backs, and all our old pretenses ripped away. Make your peace.
I cannot.
Peace. It is a providence and no great change. We are what we always were, but naked now. Aye, naked. And the wind, God's icy wind, will blow.
I like the woods at night. Pray, stand closer. I knew it was you. From the moment I heard the pebble on my window, before I opened my eyes, I knew. I thought you'd come a good time sooner.
I thought to come many times.
Why didn't you? I am so alone in the world now.
Are you? I hear people ride 100 miles to see your face these days.
On my face. Can you see my face?
Then you are troubled?
Have you come to mock me?
No. No. But I hear only that you go to the tavern every night and play shovelboard with the deputy governor, and they give you cider.
I have once or twice gone to play the shovelboard, but I take no joy in it.
This is a surprise, Abby. I thought I'd find you gayer than this. I'm told the troop of boys goes step for step with you everywhere you walk these days.
Aye, they do. But I only have good looks from the boys.
And you like that not?
I cannot bear good looks no more, John. My spirit has changed entirely. I ought to be giving God good looks when I suffer for them as I do.
Oh? How do you suffer, Abigail?
Look at my leg, John. I am holes all over from their damn needles and pins. The jab your wife gave me's not healed yet, you know.
Oh.
Sometimes, I think she pricks it open again while I sleep. And George Jacobs, he comes again and again and raps me with his stick the same spot each night all this week.
Abby, George Jacobs is in jail all this month.
And thank God he is. And bless the day he hangs so I can sleep in peace again. John, the world is so full of hypocrites. They pray in jail. I'm told that they pray in jail.
They may not pray.
And torture me in my bed while sacred words are coming from their mouths. It will take God himself to cleanse this town properly.
Abby, you mean to call out still others?
If I live, if I am not murdered, I surely will. Until the last hypocrite is dead.
Then is there no one good?
There's one. You are good.
Am I? How am I good?
Why, you taught me goodness. Therefore you are good. It were a fire you walked me through, and all of my ignorance was burned away. It were fire, John, we lay in fire, and from that night no woman dared call me wicked no more, but I knew my answer. I used to weep for my sins when the wind lifted up my skirt, and blush for shame because some old Rebecca called me loose. And then you burned my ignorance away. As bare as some December tree, I saw them all running like saints to church, running to feed the sick and the hypocrites in their hearts. And then God gave me strength to call men liars, and God made men listen to me, and by God I will scrub the world clean for the love of him. John, I will make you such a wife when the world is white again. You will be amazed to see me every day a light of heaven upon your house. Why are you cold?
My wife goes to trial in the morning, Abigail.
Your wife?
Surely you knew of it.
How is she? Is she well?
As well as she may be. 36 days in that place.
I thought you said you come friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abby.
You brought me from my bed to speak of her?
I come to tell you what I will do tomorrow. I will not take you by surprise, but give you all good reason to think on what to do to save yourself.
Save myself?
If you do not free my wife tomorrow, I am set and bound to ruin you.
How ruin me?
I have walking proof in the documents that you knew that puppet were none of my wife's, and you bade Mary Warren stab the needle in.
I bade Mary Warren.
You know what you do. You are not so mad.
Hypocrites, have you wanted to? Why do you let them send you, John?
I warn you, Abby.
No, you let them send you. They steal your honesty.
I have found my honesty.
This is your wife. This is your cold, bleeding, sniveling wife. This is Rebecca's voice. This is Martha Corey's voice. You were no hypocrite, John.
I will prove you for the fraud you are.
When they ask you why Abigail would do so murderous a deed, What will you tell them?
I will tell them why.
You will confess to fornication in the court.
So you will have it, so I will tell it.
I say I will!
You can still hear the earthquakes.
Can you hear?
You will tell the court you are blind to spirits. You
Cannot see them!
You never cry wishing again, or I will make you famous for the whore you are.
Never in this world! I know you, John. At this moment you are singing secret hallelujahs that your wife will hang.
That murderous bitch.
How hard it is when pretense falls. It always falls. It falls. You have done your duty by her. I hope it is your last hypocrisy. I pray you will come again with sweeter news for me. I know you will. And now your duty is done. Good night, John. Fear not. I will save you tomorrow. From yourself. I will save you.
Abundant evidence in our hands that will show that you have given yourself to the readings of fortunes. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch. I know not what a witch is.
How do you know then that you're not a witch?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them, I scorn it.
I have evidence for the court.
You will keep your seat.
Thomas Putnam is reaching out for the lad.
Remove that man, Marshal.
You're hearing lies, I tell you, you're hearing lies.
Arrest him, Excellency.
I have evidence. Why will you not hear my evidence? Hands up, damn you, let me go.
Giles,
Out of my way, Bud. I bring evidence.
you cannot, Giles. It is a court.
Hey, calm yourself.
You, Mr. Hale, go in there and demand I speak.
In a moment, sir. Just a moment.
They'll be hanging my
How
wife.
you dare come roaring into this court? Are you gone daft, Corey?
You're not a Boston judge yet, Hawthorne. You'll not call me down.
Who might you be?
Giles Corey, sir, in a more contentious... I was asked the question, and I'm old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, sir, Giles Corey. I have 600 acres and timber in addition. It is my wife who will be condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause such contemptuous riot? Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
They're telling lies about my wife, sir.
Then you take it upon yourself to decide what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside.
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Oh, disrespect indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, I was only saying she was reading books, sir, and then they come and take her out of my home, for I did
What
not...
books? What?
This is my third wife, sir. And I never had no wife be so taken for reading books, you understand? And I thought I'd find the cause of it. But it were no witch. It were no witch I blamed her for. I broke charity with the woman. I broke charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think that in all justice you must
Let him
consider...
submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
We are desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now, cannot be heard.
And who are you?
Francis knows, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that were condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find you in such uproar. I have only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Let you write your plea, and in due time I will...
Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir. The girls are frauds.
What?
We have proof of it, sir. They are all deceiving you.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Dent.
Peace, Judge Hopper. You know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do, sir. And I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And you know that nearly 400 are in the jails for Marblehead and Lynn upon my signature?
I,
72 condemned to hang by that signature?
Excellency, never thought to say this to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren was sick in bed?
She were, Your Honor. When I go to fetch her to court last week, she said she was sick.
She's been striving with her soul all week, Your Honor. She comes now to tell the truth to you.
And who might you be?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Excellency. This man is mischief.
I think you must hear the girl, sir.
Hey! Would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
You saw no spirits?
Never.
She has a deposition and clearly
No,
states all.
I accept no depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given out this story in the village?
We have not.
They've come to overthrow the court, Your Honor.
Peace! And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people for sending their spirits against you?
We're pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
It were pretense, she says.
Ah. And the other girls? Susanna Walcott and the others? They are also pretending?
I, sir.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Are you sure in your conscience that your evidence is the truth?
It is, sir, and you will surely know it.
I take it you came here to declare this revelation in the open court before the public?
I thought I would. With your permission.
Now then, what is your purpose in so doing?
Why, sir, I would free my wife.
There looks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court?
Why, no, sir.
I tell you, mister, I have seen marvels in this court. I've seen people choked by spirits before my eyes. I've seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have until this moment not the slightest reason to suspect that the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that so many of these women have lived
Do
with
you
such...
read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think not. Or surely you would know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending out her spirits on them? It is the children only. And this one will swear to you she lies.
Judge Hawthorne.
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states she is pregnant now.
My wife pregnant?
There'd be no sign of it. We examined her body.
But if she says she is, sir, then she must be. That woman never lied, Mr. Danforth.
Never?
Never, sir.
Mr. Proctor, I should tell you now that I will let her be kept another month. And if she begin to show natural signs, we shall have her living yet another year. What say you to that? Come now. You say your only purpose is to save your wife? Good then. She saved at least this year, and the year is long. What say you to that, sir? It is done then. Do you drop the charge?
I think I cannot.
And your purpose is somewhat larger?
He's coming over to the court, Your Honor.
These people are my friends. Their wives are also...
I judge you not, sir. Sit down. I'm ready to hear evidence.
I come not to overthrow the court. I only
Marshal,
mean...
will you go into the court and bid Judge Stoughton and Judge Stewart to declare a recess for 1 hour, and let them go to the tavern if they will. All prisoners and witnesses are to be kept in the building.
If you'll forgive me, sir, I've known him all my life. It is a good man.
I'm sure, Marshal. Now, what deposition do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? And I beg you, be clear, open as the sky, and honest.
Well, sir, I am no lawyer, so I'll do my best.
Here aren't no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
Will you read this first, sir? It's sort of a testament. The good people signing it declare declare their good faith in Rebecca Nurse, my wife, and Malcolm Gorey.
Their good faith?
These are all covenanted Christians, landholding farmers, members of the church. You'll notice, sir, they've known the women for a very long time. Never saw no signs of dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91. Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Danforth, they give them all my word no harm would come to them for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is every defense seen as an attack upon the court? Can no one
All
see that...
innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. I think you should like to know from each and every one of them what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
No, it's not necessarily an attack, I think.
These are all covenanted Christians, sir.
And I am sure that they have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, will you have warrants drawn for all of these? I'll rest for examination. Now, what other information do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? You may say, Mr. Nurse.
Oh, I have brought trouble upon these people I have.
No, old man, you have not hurt these people if they are of good conscience. But you must understand, sir, that a person is either with this court or must be counted against it. There be no road between. It is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixes itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of them. She's not hardy, I see.
No, sir, he's not. The angel, Raphael, he said to the boy Tobias, do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition, give him mine.
Aye. This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
Oh? And what lawyer drew this for you?
You know I never hired no lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
It's very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, will you go and bring Mr. Putnam in? You have no legal training, Mr. Corey?
I'm the best sir I have. 33 times in court of my life. Always plaintiff, too.
Oh, then you're to put upon.
Oh, I'm never put upon. I know my rights, sir, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine. Might be 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
You never spoke to me?
No, I cannot recall it.
That's strange. He gave me £9 damages. You were a fair judge, your father. You see, I had white hair that time, and this fellow come to... Aye, there he is.
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you, which is that you prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What's say to that?
Ha! A fortune, Thomas Putnam. That's what I say to that.
What proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
The proof is there. If Jacob hangs for a witch, he forfeit up his property. That's law. There's none but Putnam with the coin to buy so great of a piece. This man is killing his neighbors for their land.
But proof, sir, proof?
The proof is there. I've heard it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs. He said that she'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that gave you this information.
Why? I cannot give you his name.
Then why not?
You know well why not. You'll lay in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
Surely give us the name.
I will give you no name. I mentioned my wife's name once, now burn in hell. Long enough for that. I stand mute.
In that case, I have no choice but to arrest you in contempt of this court. Do you know that?
This is a hearing. You cannot clap me for contempt of hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare the court in full session here, or will you give me a good reply?
I cannot give you a name, sir. I cannot.
You're a foolish old man. Cheever, begin the record. Court is now in session. I ask you, Mr. Corey.
Excellency, he has the story in confidence,
The
and
devil
he wishes
lives on such confidences. Without confidences, there would be no conspiracy.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Old man, if your informant tells the truth, let him come in here like a decent man. But if he hides in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and Central Church demanded me the name of him who reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale?
we cannot think it more. There is a prodigious fear upon this court in the country.
And there is prodigious guilt in this country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
Well, I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there is a fear of this court in the country nevertheless.
Approach me not with fear in the country. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused is a part of it.
No unconquered man will fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Mr. Corey, you are under arrest in contempt of this court. Sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be sent into jail until you decide to answer all questions.
I'll cut your throat, Putnam! I'll kill you yet! Say nothing more, John. He's only playing you. He means to end us all!
Styles.
He for the law, mister. I'll have no effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir, for his old age. He, Styles, prove it all now, we will. You cannot weep now, Mary Ward. Remember the angel, what he said to the boy. Hold to it now. There is your rock. This is Mary Ward's deposition. I ask you, sir, that while you read it, remember that until 2 weeks ago, she was no different than any of the other girls are today. You saw her scream. She howled. She swore that familiar spirits choked her. She even declared that Satan, in the form of women now in jail, tried to win her over, and when she refused...
We know all this.
Aye. Now she claims she never saw no spirit, vague or clear, that Satan may have sent out to hurt her. She declares now her friends are lying.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter, sir.
It surely does.
I cannot say he is an honest man. I know him little. But in God's name, sir, stop here. Send him home and let him come again with a lawyer.
Look, you, Mr. Hale.
I have signed 72 death warrants this month, Your Honor. I am a minister of the Lord, and I shall not take a life without there be proved so immaculate. No slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt
I
my
have
justice.
this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse, Your Honor. I'll not conceal it. I tell you true, sir, my hand shakes as yet with the wound. I pray you, sir, this argument let lawyers present to you.
Mr. Hale, believe me, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you will forgive me. I have been 32 years at the bar, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. That you consider now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to defend their innocence, but witchcraft is ipso facto. On its face, and by its nature, an invisible crime. Therefore, who may possibly be witness to it? The witch and the victim. None other. Now, we cannot hope that the witch will accuse herself. Granted. Therefore, we must rely upon her victims. And they do testify. The children certainly do testify. As for the witches, none can deny that we are most eager for their confessions. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point, have I not?
But, Your Excellency, the girl claims the others are not truthful, and if they are not, then
That is precisely what I am about to consider, Mr. Hale. What more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity.
I surely do not, sirs. Let you consider it, then.
Let you put your heart to rest. Deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to question...
Mr. Harris, I bid you silent. Sit down. Mr. Proctor, sit there. Mr. Cheever, will you go into the court and bring the children here? Now, Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you with this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
You tell me you sat in my court callously lying when you knew people would hang by your evidence? Answer me!
I did, sir.
How are you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir, I am with God now.
You are with God now?
I, sir.
I will tell you this. You are either lying to me now, or you are lying in court. And in either case, you have committed perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I am with God. I am with God.
Ruth Putnam's not in the court, sir, nor the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition in which she claims she never saw these spirits, apparitions, or any sign of the devil. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Bible, and the Bible, by Almighty God, forbids the practice of witchcraft. prescribe death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and the Bible damn all liars, and bearers of false witness. It does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blindness. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. If she speak true, I bid you now drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very augur bit will not be turned into your souls until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
Would you still go on with this?
Aye, sir.
A poppet were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in court when she made it, and saw her make it, and witnessed how she herself stuck the needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
She lies, sir.
When you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you see poppets in that house?
Why, Goody Proctor always kept poppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no poppets. Mary Warren swears it was her poppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever?
when I spoke with Goody Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no poppets. But she did say she kept poppets when she were a girl.
She has not been a girl for these 15 years, Your Honor.
But a poppet will keep for 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren says she never saw no poppet in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been puppets hid where no one ever saw them?
There may have also been 2 golden candlesticks in my house, but no one ever saw them.
You're here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what has never been seen.
Excellency, what profit Mary Warren that she turn herself about? What may she gain but hard questioning and worse?
You are charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous, cruel plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife?
It is not a child, sir. Now hear me. In the sight of this congregation, she would twice put out of this meeting house for laughter during prayer.
What's this? Laughter during
Excellency,
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do believe it happened once. She's sometimes silly, but she is solemn now.
Aye. Now she's solemn. It goes to hang people.
Quiet, man.
Surely you have no bearing on the questions, sir. The charge is contemplation of murder.
Aye. But it strikes hard upon me that she would laugh at prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, now tell the deputy governor how you danced in the woods.
Since I come to Salem, this man is blackening my name.
In a moment, sir. What is this dancing?
Mr. Proctor,
Abigail leads the girls out into the forest where they had danced there naked.
Your Honor, this is a
Mr.
lie.
Paris discovered them there in the dead of night. There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris?
I can only say I never saw anyone naked.
She have danced? Abigail?
Your Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Parrish told me that.
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I never saw anyone naked.
She have danced?
I, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary. You never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents?
no, sir.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
That was pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times. Your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth,
I
surely
saw that many times.
They were pretending, Your Excellency. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can't you pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? There are no attacking spirits in this room, for none in this room are accused of witchcraft. Let her turn herself cold, let her faint! Faint!
Faint?
Aye, faint, and prove to us that you can pretend by your will as you claim.
I cannot faint now, sir.
can you not pretend it?
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell, sir.
Might it be that we have no afflicting spirit here, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your will as you claim. attacking spirits made you to faint, you will confess, will you not?
No, sir.
Excellency, this is a trick to blind the court.
It is not a trick. I used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
You thought you saw them?
But I did not, Your Honor.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell how, but I did. I heard the other girls scream, and you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them, and they were only sworn in the beginning, sir, but then the whole world cried spirits, spirits, and... Oh, I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely your excellency is not taken by the simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you now search your heart and tell me this. Beware of it, child. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that these spirits you have seen are some illusion only? Some deception that may cross your
Why,
mind?
that is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider...
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I have done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward, to be mistrusted, denied, questioned like...
Child, I do not mistrust you.
Let you beware it, Mr. Danforth. Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits? Beware of it. There is...
What is it, child?
I know not. A wind, a cold wind has come. Abby, Your Honor, I freeze.
They're pretending!
She's cold, Your Honor. Touch her.
Mary, do you send this shadow on me? Lord, save me. I freeze. I freeze. Abby, don't do that.
I warn you, it's her. I say you send your spirit out.
Let me go, Mr. Proctor. I cannot. Heavenly Father, take away this shadow.
Lord!
How dare you call upon heaven?
Man, what do you...
It is a whore.
Now hear, hear!
You charge.
Mr. Danforth, he is lying.
Mark her!
Now she will suck a scream to stab me with, but
You approve this. It will not pass.
I have known her, sir!
I have known her.
You are a lecture?
John, you cannot.
No, Francis. It's true. It's true. Sir, you must believe me. A man will not cast away his good name.
What time? What place?
Proper place. Where my beast were bedded. 8 months now, sir. It's been 8 months. She used to serve me in my house. I used to think God sleeps. God sees everything. My wife, my dear good wife, took her in soon after and put her out on the high road. And being what she is, a lump of vanity. Excellency, forgive me. Forgive me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave. And she will might, for I thought of her soft. God help me, I lusted, and there is a promise and such slip, but it is a whore's vengeance. I know you must see it, sir. I put myself entirely in your hands. My wife is innocent, except she know a whore when she see one.
Do you deny every scrap and tittle of this?
I must answer that. I will leave and I will not come back.
She does not deny, Mr.
Remain
Danforth.
where you are. Sit you down. Mr. Ferris, you go and bring good wife Proctor out. You tell her nothing. One word of what's been spoken here. And let you knock before you enter. Now we will touch the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
In her life, sir, she has never lied. There are them that cannot sing, cannot weep. She cannot lie.
When she put this girl out, she put her out for a harlot,
I, sir,
and knew her for a harlot.
who knew her for a harlot.
If she tell me, child, that we're harlotry, may God spread his mercy on you. Hold! Turn your back. Turn your back. You do likewise. And let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this room is to say a word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter. Mr. Cheever, write this down in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. Now look at me. Not at your husband, in my eyes only.
Good, sir.
You're given to understand that at one time you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
What caused you to dismiss her? Look at me! The answer is in your memory, and you need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you?
She was...
Look at me! Was she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, in that time I was sick, and my husband is a goodly man, sir. He is never drunk as some are, nor wasted his time at the shovelboard, but always at his work. But in that time, you see, sir, I was sick for some time after my last baby, and I come to think that he was somewhat turning from me. And this girl...
Look at me!
I, sir. Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I come to think that he fancied her, and so one night I lost my wits, I think, and threw her out on the high road.
Your husband, did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Did he turn from you?
He...
Look at me! To your knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer my question! Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell the truth,
She's
Elizabeth!
spoken! Remove her!
Elizabeth, I've confessed it! She only thought to say my name!
Excellency, it is a good and honest man. I pray you, private vengeance is working through this testimony. From the beginning, this man has struck me true. I believe him now. By my oath to heaven, I believe him, and I pray you call back his wife before...
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man lies!
I believe him! I cannot turn my face from it no more. This girl has always struck me false.
You will not! Be gone! Be gone, I say!
What is it, child? What's there? Girls,
What do you mean? Behind the rafter!
where?
Why do you come, yellow bird?
Where's a bird? I see no bird.
My face! My face!
Mr. Hale, quiet.
You see a bird.
Be quiet!
You could push to tear my face! God made my face! Envy is a deadly sin, Mary! Abby! This is black art to change your shape! This is God's work that I do! I cannot stop! I will not stop! Abby, I'm here!
You're pretending.
Mary, please don't come down!
Why does she see this vision?
She can't believe that.
She sees nothing! She sees nothing. Abby, you mustn't. Abby, you mustn't. I'm here, I'm here. I'm here, I'm here.
Mary Warden, drive back your spirit out of them.
Mr. Danforth!
Mr. Danforth.
Have you compacted with the devil? Have you?
Never! Never!
Never, never.
Why can they only repeat you?
Give me a whip and they'll stop it.
They're sporting!
They're sporting.
Abby, stop it!
Abby, stop it!
Stop it!
Stop it! Stop it!
A little while ago, you were afflicted. Now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this power?
I have no power. I have no power.
They're calling you, mister.
Why did you turn about this past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil, have you not?
Mary. God damns all liars, Mary.
You've seen the devil. You have made contact with Lucifer, have you not?
God damns all liars, Mary.
I cannot hear you. What do you say? You will confess yourself, or you will hang. Do you know who I am? I say you will hang if you do not open with me.
Mary, remember the angel, Raphael. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to
Her
thee.
wings! Her wings! You're a dumb man!
Praise God.
by night and every day to sign.
Son, what?
The devil's book, you say you come with a book.
My name. He want my name. I'll murder you, he says, if my wife hangs. We must go and overthrow the court, he says.
Mr. Hale?
He wake me every night. His eyes like coal, his fingers claw my neck, and I sign.
Excellency, the child's gone wild.
Mary.
No! I go your way no more. I love God. I bless God. Abby, I'll never hurt you more.
What are you? You're combined with the Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, mister. You will not deny it.
Excellency, these girls are frauds. You condemn an honest man.
I have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. You will confess yourself befouled with hell. Do you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you?
I say God is dead!
Hear it, hear it.
Fire! Fire is burning. I hear the boot of Lucifer. I see his filthy face, and it is my face and yours, Mr. Danforth. For them that quail to bring men out of ignorance as I had quailed, and as you quail now, and you will know in all your black hearts, this is fraud. God damns our kind especially, and we will burn. We will burn together.
Marshal, take him and Corey with him to the jail.
I denounce these proceedings. I quit this court.
You are pulling down heaven and raising up the Lord!
Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale!
Barbados. Soon the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings.
Oh, a happy voyage to you.
Oh, a happy voyage. A pair of bluebirds winging suddenly. Oh, it'd be a grand transformation, Marshal.
You best keep it there. You'll never rise off the ground. Come along now.
I'll speak to him if you desire to come along, Marshal.
I'd not refuse a Tituba. It is the proper morning to fly into hell.
Oh, ain't no hell in Barbados. Devil, he'll be a pleasure man in Barbados. Him be dancing and singing in Barbados. You folks, you rouse him up. It's too cold around here for that old boy. Oh, he frees his soul in Massachusetts. But in Barbados, he's just as sweet and... Oh! Yes, Your Majesty! That's him, Sarah! Your Majesty!
The deputy governor's arrived. Come along.
No, he's coming for me. I'm going home.
That is the thing. The poor old town will have grown up. Come along home now.
He's coming for me. Take me home now! Take me home!
Good morning, Majesty.
Where's Mr. Harris?
I'll fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
It were toward midnight, I think.
is he about here?
He goes among them that will hang, sir, and he prays with them. He sits with Goody Nurse now, and Mr. Paris is with him.
Indeed. That man have no authority to enter here, Marshal. Why have you let him in?
Why, Mr. Paris command me, sir. I cannot deny him.
You drunk, Marshal?
No, sir, it is a bitter night, and I have no fire here.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Aye, sir.
For it is stench in this place.
I have only now pushed people out for you.
Beware hard drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Don't you question Hale, Excellency? Not been surprised he's been preaching in Andover lately.
I'll come to that. Speak nothing of Andover. There's business. Strange.
I think sometimes he has a mad look these days. Mad? Met him the other day, coming out of his house, and I bid him good morning. And he wept and went his way. I think it is not well the village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he has some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cows, sir.
The cows!
There'd be so many cows wandering the high roads now. Their masters are in jails and much disagreement who they'll belong to. I know Mr. Paris be arguing with farmers all day yesterday. There is great contention about the cows. Contention make him weep, sir. It's always a man that weep for contention.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon waking you so early. Good morning, Judge Hawthorne.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter this.
Excellency, a moment.
Do you leave him alone with prisoners?
What's his business here?
Excellency, hear me. It is a providence. Mr. Hale returns to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bids you confess?
Hear me. I've not had a word with her these 3 months since she came, but now she sits with him and her sister and Martha Corey and 2 or 3 others, and he pleads with them, confess their crimes, and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence. And this softly.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir, that we may think on whether it be not wise to... There is news, sir, that the courts must reckon with. My niece, I believe, is vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to advise you of it earlier in the week, sir, but I...
What? How long is she gone?
This will be the 3rd night, sir.
Send a
Mr.
party
Lewis
for
is
them.
gone, too.
Send a party for them.
Where may they be?
I think they'd be aboard a ship, Your Honor. My daughter tells me just last night that they were talking about ships all last week. Tonight, I discover my strong box is broken into.
She have robbed you?
31 pounds is gone. I'm penniless.
Mr. Paris, you are a brainless man.
Excellency, Prophet, nothing you should blame me. I cannot think they would run off except they fear to keep in Salem any longer, since the news of Andover is broken over here.
Andover is remedied. Court returns there on Friday and will resume examinations.
I'm sure of it, sir, but the rumor here speaks rebellion in Andover.
Andover? There's no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you true, sir. Andover thrown at the courts, they say. They will have no parts in witchcraft. There's a faction here feeding on that news, and I tell you true, sir, I fear there will be riot here.
Riot? Why, every execution I have seen got high satisfaction from the town.
Judge Hawthorne, it were another sort that came till now. Rebecca Nurse is no Bridget that lived 3 years with Bishop before marrying him. John Proctor is no Isaac Ward that drank his family to ruin. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I fear she'll wake a vengeance on you.
Excellency, she is condemned a witch. The courts have...
Pray you. How would you propose then?
I will postpone these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
Now that Mr. Hale's returned, there's hope, I think, for if you bring even one of these to God, that confession surely damns the others in the public eye. None may more doubt that they're all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people weep for them, and their good purpose is lost in their tears.
Cheever, give me the list.
Not be forgot, sir, that when I summoned the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, hardly 30 people showed up. That speaks of discontent, I think, and
There will be no postponement. Counsel, which of them do you have hope for? I will myself strive with them till dawn.
there's not sufficient time till dawn.
I shall do my utmost. Now, sir, which of them do you think may be brought to God?
Excellency, a dagger.
Do you say?
Tonight, when I opened my door to leave my house, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword. There's danger for me. I dare not step outside at night.
Accept my congratulations, Mr. Hale. Very glad to see you return to your good work.
Excellency, they will not budge. I must have more time.
Misunderstand, sir. I cannot pardon these when 12 are already hanged for the same crime. It's not just.
Rebecca will not confess?
Excellency, the sun will rise in a few minutes. I must have more time.
Now hear me. Regale yourselves no more. I will not receive a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed. The names of these 7 are given out, and the village expects to see them die at dawn. Postponement now speaks of a floundering on my part. While I speak God's law, I will not crack his voice with whimpering. If retaliation is your fear, know this. I should hang 10,000 that dared to rise against the law, and the notion of salt tears cannot melt the resolution of their statutes. Now draw yourselves up like men, and help me, as you are bound by heaven to do.
Have you spoken with the mom, Mr. Hale? All but Proctor. He is in the dungeon.
What's Proctor's way now?
He sits like some great bird, not know he lived, except for he take food from time to time.
His wife. His wife must be well on with the child now.
She is, sir.
What think you, Mr. Paris? You have closer knowledge of this man. Might your presence soften him?
It is possible, sir. He's not laid eyes on this 3 months. I should summon her.
Is he yet adamant? Has he struck at you again?
He cannot, sir. He is chained to the wall now.
Fetch Goody Proctor for me, then let you bring him up.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you postpone a week and publish to the town that you are striving for confessions, that may speak mercy on your part, not faltering.
Mr. Hale, as God has not empowered me like Joshua to stop this sun from rising, so I cannot withhold them from the perfection of their punishment.
If you think God wills you to raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth, you are mistaken.
You have heard rebellion spoken in Salem?
There are orphans wandering from house to house. Abandoned cattle bellow in the high roads. The stink of rotting crops hangs everywhere, and no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life. And yet you wonder if rebellion spoke. Better you should marvel how they do not burn your province.
Mr. Hale, have you preached in Andover this month?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it is all simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians they should belie themselves. There is blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Hush. Goody Proctor. I hope you are hard.
I must hold my tongue.
Right, be at your ease. Be coming up for your life. Mr. Hale, will you speak with her?
Goody Proctor, your husband is marked to hang this morning.
I've heard it.
You know, do you not, that I have no connection with the court. I come on my own, Goody Proctor. I would save your husband's life, for if he is taken, I count myself as his murderer. Do you understand that?
What do you want of me?
Goody Proctor, I have gone this 3 month like the Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way for damnations doubled on a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak lies.
It is a lie. They are innocent.
No more. No more. I have no more of that.
Goody Proctor, let you not mistake my duties, I mistook my own. I came into this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion, the very crowns of holy law I brought. But what I touched with my bright confidence, it died. And where I turned the eye of my great faith, blood flowed up. Beware, Goody Proctor. Cleave to no faith when faith brings blood. It is mistaken law that leads you to sacrifice. Life. Woman, life is God's most precious gift. No principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. Woman, I beg you, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his lie. And quail not before God's judgment in this. For it may well be God damns a liar less than he that throws away his life for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he will listen to another.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Woman, before the laws of God, we are as swine. We cannot read his will.
I cannot dispute with you, sir. I lack the learning for it.
be quieter. You are not summoned here for disputation. Either no wifely tenderness within you, or you will die the sunlight. Your husband. Do you understand it? What say you? Will you contend with him? Are you stoned? I tell you truth, worthy doctor. Had I no other proof of your unnatural life, your dry eyes would be evidence enough that you conjured up your soul to hell. The very ache would weep at such calamity. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity in you? Take her out. Profit nothing, she should speak to him.
Let me speak with him, Excellency.
You'll strive with him?
Will you plead for his confession, or will you not?
I promise nothing, but let me speak with him.
Pray. Leave them, Excellency.
You have been notified, Proctor. Not?
Light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God help you turn your back on hell.
If you desire to come beside her, Mr. Proctor, I'm sure I... God leads you now.
You've been shaken.
I, child,
Rose,
no word from the boys.
they're well. But this Daniel keeps them.
You have not seen them.
They've not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. And come for my life now.
I know it, John.
None have yet confessed.
Be many confess.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more, they say. Pretty Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca.
Not Rebecca. She's one foot in heaven now. Not may hurt her more.
And Giles.
You've not heard of it?
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He were not hanged. He would not answer Ironatius' indictment, for if he denied they'd hang him surely and auction out his property. So he stand mute. And died Christian under the law. So his sons will keep his farm. It is the law, you see. They could not condemn him a wizard unless he answer Ironatius the indictment.
And how does he die?
They press him, John.
Prince?
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he confess Iron name. They say he gave but 2 words. More weight, he says, and died.
More weight.
Aye. We're a fearsome man, Giles Ford.
I am thinking I would confess to them. Say, if I give them that,
I cannot judge you, John.
what would you have me do?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, John, that's sure.
Giles' wife, has she confessed?
She will not.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot melt the gibbet like a saint. I am not that man. My honesty is broke. Let them that never lied now die now to keep their names. For me, it is fraud. I would have your forgiveness.
It is not for me to give, John.
I would have you see some honesty in it. It is fraud for me. I will not blind God, nor keep my children out of the wind. What say you?
John, count not that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. Just know this. for I know it now. Whatever you do, it is a good man that does it. I have read my heart this 3-month drawing. I have my own sins to count. It takes a full wife to prompt pleasure.
Enough. Enough.
Better you should know me.
I'm not here and I know you.
Take my sins upon you, John.
I take my own. My own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made that no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how I could save my love. It were a cold house that I kept.
Say you, Proctor. Time's up, Steve.
That's next to the. Was it maybe back behind the cage?
Was it this that did it? Because
No,
there were fireworks going on outside. It sounded like gunshots.
There were.
Yeah.
We saw
So,
fireworks
okay.
going on outside, but that was almost across the.
Yeah. Stand by, guys. There were people asking if we were going to finish the show.
I would love to because these kids have worked so hard, and there's like less than 10.
We're
There's
still
like 5 minutes left.
It's still recording, by the way, so just so you know. You guys are keeping people away from the lake. Guys, stop. listen up. Right now, the one that was tripped was for the one up on the stage. So that's what we're trying to fix.
He's silent.
Okay, but if you can, just let them know that the fire trucks are showing up here.
Yeah, but the alarm.
Cool, make sure that it's clear.
I'm not really seeing, like, the speaker is at least on the stage. I'm not seeing any blinking lights on that.
And Nick, check the.
Not seeing another one.
There's one right here.
Yeah, I checked that one.
There's two of them right here. Two full stations.
I didn't see that one. I only saw that.
There's one underneath and one here.
I didn't see it.
My kids are directing people out.
Yeah, tell them to hold on because.
Yeah,
well, right above, is that a smoke detector right above you? Yeah. That one's the red. And that's the one.
Yeah, what's up? They're supposed to go to their designated spot and we'll come with you right out front of the building. Yeah, there's cars blocking the fire truck. The fire truck can't get in because people are trying to leave.
Oh, boy. No, it's either the door that leads from the
They'll
stage.
be in a second.
Hey, Pat? By the door.
When you said that if you see some of the fire trucks, I want to go straight in and at the stage. Okay, tell them it's in at the stage. That would be where they need to go. And then go over there. I'll open up that door.
Right. I thought I heard some sirens.
Yeah,
there were also some fireworks going off across the street. Yeah, it's way over there.
Okay, so where's the other one you said? Oh, this
Well,
is
this was the
machine.
unit
That's
here.
the machine.
Okay.
And then, like I said, we've used this numerous times just because it doesn't get the same particulate that like a fog machine would or something like that. I unplugged it anyway. Yeah, we've been using it for this show for a couple of weeks straight.
But has this haze kind of always been here when we've done that, or has it dissipated on it?
So
The HVAC system, you can see.
It does, looking at this right here, it does look hazy-er, but
It doesn't feel like
See, and that's what could be different is that your HVAC system, might be either sensing outside temperature or not be running because it's not scheduled to run or whatever, and then it's not dissipating the fog.
I felt pretty
So, okay, so it sounds like we're good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, and you guys call the alarm company and just tell them everything's kosher.
Yeah.
We'll let them know.
All right.
They're going to continue, and it might still activate, but I don't know if you could override the HVAC system and get it to exhaust.
We can try to push the button.
Yeah,
Trigger.
but yeah, you guys are good to occupy again. Okay. Carry on, okay?
Thank you.
For being here.
Mick, I'm gonna let the kids know. Backstage, are you able to let them know? Thank you.
I work this event just to sit back and enjoy the play.
You want me to do the people and do the alarm?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, can you see me? Ryan, can you see me? Hi. And we're coming back, folks. Thank you so much.
let's come back. We know where we're picking it up from, yes? Wonderful. Here we go, guys.
Counted myself so plain, so poorly made that no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you and I did. I never knew how I should say my love. It were a cold house that I
What say you, Proctor? Sun is up soon.
Do what you will. Let none be your judge. There be no higher judge under heaven than that of John Proctor. Forgive me, John, forgive me. I never knew such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You'll confess yourself?
I will have my life.
God be praised. It is a providence. Proctor will confess. He will confess.
Why do you cry it? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John.
Then who will judge me? God in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? It is true, I think so. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me, it is fraud. Would you ever give them this lie? Would you ever give them this? You would not. Tongues of fire were singeing you. You would not. Good then. It is evil, and I do it.
Praise to God, man. Praise to God. We shall be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let us hear it. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, mister. This we shall post upon the church door. Where's the marshal?
Willard, hurry!
Now then, let us hear it. In your life, mister, have you seen the devil? Come then. There is light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. Now give out this news. Did you see the devil?
I did.
And when he come to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
Ah, Rebecca Nurse. Come in, woman, come in.
Ah, John. You are well then.
Courage, man, courage. Let her learn from your good example so that she may be brought to God herself. Now hear it, goody nurse. Say on, Mr. Proctor, did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
Why, John!
I did.
Now, goody nurse, you surely see it profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any further. Will you confess yourself?
Oh, John, God send his mercy on you!
Take her out.
I say, goody nurse, will you confess yourself?
Why? It is a lie! It is a lie! How may I damn myself? I cannot. I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil come to you, did you see Rebecca Nurse in his company?
No, I did not.
Did you see her sister, Mary Eastie, with the devil?
I did not.
Did you see Martha Corey with the devil?
I did not.
Proctor, you mistake me. I'm not empowered to trade your life for a lie. You have most certainly seen some person with the devil. A score of people have already testified they saw this woman with the devil.
And it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? What, you should rejoice if your soul is purged of any love for hell.
They think to go like saints, and like not to ruin their names.
Mr. Proctor, do you think they go like saints? I tell you true, sir, it matters not what she thought. She is convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for sending your spirit out. Your soul alone is the issue here, mister, and you will prove its whiteness, or you cannot live in a Christian country.
I speak my own sins. I
cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough he confess himself. Let him sign it. Let him sign it.
It is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. The sun is up, Excellency. I beg you, let him sign it.
Come then. Did you sign it?
You have all witnessed it. It is enough.
Not sign it?
You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
Did you sport with me? I say you sign your name on that paper, or it is no confession, mister. Your second name, man.
Praise be to the Lord.
If you please, sir.
No.
Mr. Proctor.
No. No, I have signed it. You have witnessed it. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village must have...
Damn the village! I confess to God. God does not need my name nailed upon the church door. It is enough.
It's not enough.
You came to save me, have you not? There. I have confessed it. It is enough.
Not confessed it.
I have confessed myself. Is there no good penitence but it be public? God sees my name. He knows how black my sins are. It is enough.
Proctor.
You will not use me. I am no Tituba or Sarragut. I am John Proctor. It is no part of salvation that you should use me.
Not wish.
I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk upright like men in the world, and I have sold my friends?
Not sold your friends.
Guile me not. I blacken them all when this is nailed to the church door, the very day they hang for silence.
Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that
you are the high court. Your word is good enough. St. Proctor broke to his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name cannot...
It is the same then, is it not? If I say it, will you sign it?
No, it is not the same. What I sign my name to and what others say is not the same.
Why? Do you mean to deny your confession when you are free?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then tell me, Mr. Proctor, why you will not...
Because it is my name! Because I cannot have another in my life. Because I lied. I signed myself to lies. So I am now put the dust on the feet of them that hang. Oh, may I live without my name. I have given you my soul. Leave me my name!
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it. I will not deal in lies. And you will give me your honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the road. Which way do you go? Marshal!
Proctor, Proctor!
No, you cannot, you will hang for this! I can. And there's your first mark that I can. For now you have done your magic. For I think I do see a shred of goodness in Proctor. Not enough to weave a banner with, but enough to save it from such dogs. Give them no tear. Show them a heart of stone and sink them with it.
Let you fear nothing. Another judgment waits us all.
Hang them high over the town. Whoever weeps for these, weeps for corruption. Take them.
I have not had my breakfast.
Go to him, Goody Proctor. There's yet time. Proctor, Proctor!
Woman, plead with him. It is pride, it is vanity. What profit him to plead? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? Go to him. Take his shame away.
past his goodness now. God forbid I take that from him.